Welcome back, guys, to another episode, to another edition, to another session with your therapist, bros. I'm happy that you guys are here today. I didn't want to have a script for today where I go over world wars or potential world wars. Well, I'll say that a million times. I also didn't want to talk about anything crazy like, cheating and all that. The reason why is because I feel like all of us tend to hear that in our For You page, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, whatever it may be. We're always in constant, let's hear what's going on with the world or what's happening with this person or that person. And we forget about ourselves. And when you forget about yourself, you go into this really dark place where you won't improve and you forget about time. And time is very straightforward, right? It's always moving forward, it's never going back. And because of that, a lot of us lack to have the epiphany that we need to have a plan to be happy, to basically be successful with what we want without letting outside factors basically cloud that. And I bring this up to you guys because remember, as humans, we are always in the want to know it all and want to be at the best and to be at the top and to be the most recognized, to be the most wealthiest, to be X, Y, and Z. But not everyone gets that. And not all of the success that we see should determine what our rate of success will be. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that enjoy every moment of your life. I feel like a lot of us don't do that. A lot of us are lacking the idea of enjoying the moments of our life that are very near and dear to us. Uh, there was so many people that passed away this past month. One was a friend that I knew, or just friend of a friend. He was a keyboard player. He passed away, and may he rest in peace. There was a couple other people I knew that were from college that they passed away young, right? And as I've been taking more morning walks and I've been thinking, or morning jogs to say, it puts me in this state of mind where I realize, or I have the epiphany of, why am I not happy? I'm successful at what I do. I'm successful at what I've created, whether that's my businesses, whether that's it's this podcast. I'm able to reach one or two people at least and make a change in their life, which is a lot, right? And on average, if I have even 50 people watching, 50 million people watching, if one or two change their lives, you've changed a generation of people, right? Because that's a domino effect. Those two people might get married, or those two people might tell other people, and then it's a domino effect of changing one life to the next life to the life after that, and so on and so forth. And throughout this whole time, I've been thinking, why is it that I'm unhappy? And I realized that I've always focused at the end goal. I've always focused that, what am I going to do when I reach the state of satisfaction with all the success and accomplishments around me? And this taught me one thing, that that's not the way to live. The way to live is, you have to understand the place you are in, the position you're in, is the best place to be. And I know this may be hard for a lot of you to accept. It is for me even sometimes. And I say this because sometimes we're in the gutters, right? We're in the trenches. You have no money. You have no friends. You're not married. You don't have a wife. You don't have a husband. You don't have kids. You're trying for whatever it is, your business. It could be your podcast. It could be anything. And you're like, I'm just in the trenches. I have nothing. I am basically a nobody doing something that's not noble. And I'm going to die as a nobody. And basically nothing will come of it. And I want you guys to get that state of mind and that idea, or the ideologies of that, and that theme of negativity and pessimism off of your shoulders. Understand you are in the best place you need to be. And I say this because if I could speak to myself 5 years ago, I would tell myself this, that where you are at is the best place to be. And where you will be is going to be the best place. 5 years ago, I was in a complete different realm, right? Who I thought I would end up with in a marriage was completely different. Where I thought I would be in my career was completely different. What were the things that I was going to do with my life were completely different. And I'm very thankful that all those experiences accumulated for who I am now, because I learned from that. I learned from those mistakes with the people I wanted to get married to, or the people that I wanted to be around, and the money that I wanted to have, or the career I wanted to have. I learned from all those experiences that this is all bad for me. None of this is good. Where I actually want to be is somewhere completely different. And believe me when I tell you this, it was from those experiences that accumulated my ideas that are now successful, which is Barber Bros, Before the Rise podcast, the Real Elites content media agency. So I look at all this and I go, hey, I always looked down on those times. And I always thought, maybe this is something that's my problem. And I don't know, maybe it's not, but I've always looked down on those times and said like, oh, I should have, I regret it. I said I should have done different things differently. I should have done this. I should have done that. But there came a point where I let that bitterness go. And I said, I'm very happy I did that because it taught me what I did wrong and how I could improve my life. And this is where I feel like a lot of us get stuck either in the loop of, I wish I could have, I should have, or it's the loop of, oh, I need to be, I will be, I want this, I want that. And we forget the present, the now. A lot of people will pass away from now till the end of the year, right? Even from now till next year. And we're approaching the leg end of the year, right? We are almost a month and a half away from 2025. There's so much left that we can still do. There's so much more that we can get ready for the next year. And if we just actually focus and we take away those distractions of I was or I will, and you can say I am, I promise things will get better. Things will significantly get better for you, for the people around you, and you will enjoy the things that matter the most, which is your family, which is your wife, your husband, your kids. And it won't even be money. Believe me, it could be the struggle that you're going through right now and say, you know what? I'm really happy I'm going through this struggle and I'm going to be better and I will become better and I'll be happier from all this one day. And I say this because I promise you some of you are in the trenches. Some of you are in the gutters of things, but you can change it. It all has to do with perspective. It all has to do with believing in yourself. And a lot of us don't have that. A lot of us don't believe in ourselves. We believe in others. We believe in ideas that are told to us, but we don't want to believe in ourselves. We will see Elon Musk accomplish crazy things. We'll see the guy next to us in the next, let's say, cubicle. He's or she is making millions of dollars and you're working for the same company. And you base your success and happiness off of that. But if you just forget about all that and you focus on yourself and believe in yourself, things will change because that perspective of negativity and pessimism will go away because what you will be basing your foundation of success and happiness will be on yourself. And if you can do that, remember, every day you're going to increase your happiness and success because one thing will happen. You will remember that you're better than you were yesterday. And if you take a step forward, you will always be happy. But if you look at the guy that's making $1 million next to you in the next cubicle, you'll never be happy because you're chasing their dreams. You're not chasing your dreams. And remember, if you chase someone else's dreams, you will forever be unsatisfied with all of your life. You will be unhappy forever. And there's no way you can work around that. I know there's people that believe that the greats of the world always tell them, work till you die. Work your hardest, believe the hardest, do this the hardest, die, push, like the David Goggins of the world and the Mike Tysons and all these words. They think like you have to kill yourself in order to attain happiness, and you don't. Remember, some of the most happiest people in the world have nothing, have absolutely nothing. And some of the most unhappy people in the world, the people that you can see that are just one click away from murdering themselves or committing suicide, whatever, or just one push away from doing some horrific act, all they're waiting on is basically an event to happen to trigger all that unhappiness that is within them. And they have everything around them, but they're still unhappy. So I share this with you guys because it's very important for you guys to realize that unhappiness, dissatisfaction, and the idea of not being good enough comes from only you, not from anybody else. Don't give a shit about what your mom and dad say. Don't care about what your friends say, especially if you know you're trying your absolute hardest. But obviously, if they're trying to better you, listen to them. I'm saying for the people that are trying and they're still unhappy because of the outside factors, forget about all that. You'll always have people saying bad to you when you're trying. And then when you make it, they're going to say, I believed in you. I believed in you to the end of the world. I knew you would one day become the most, influential person in the world. I knew that you'd become the wealthiest. I knew you'd be the most fit, X, Y, and Z. I believed in you, but they never did. So believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams. Believe in what you want, but don't forget the now. And I say this because trust me when I say that life is very, very, very short, like extremely short. In the grand scheme of things, if you look at how long humans have been alive to comparison in how long you'll be alive, it's a speck. It's just a speck of dust. You might live, what, 90 years, at most 100 years if you're like in perfect health, but on average, maybe 70, right? 70 to 80. And it depends on each country. Some don't even live that long. But let's say on average you live 70 years. Well, I'm like almost 30 right now, right? I have another 40 years left. Imagine 40 years is going to be a blink and you'll be gone. I can tell you right now that if someone were to tell me how fast as these past almost 27, 28 years have gone for me, a blink, just one pink, and then 28. And I'm really, really understanding the idea of what my dad and mom used to tell me all the time when I was young: enjoy your youth. Or when I was growing up, they would say, hey, you guys, one day you're going to wake up and realize that you're older, like a lot older, and enjoy what you have at that moment. So whether you're young, whether you're old, whether you're poor, whether you're rich, whether you have a wife or a husband or kids or whatever, or you don't, enjoy the moments that you have right now, because I promise you will one day regret it when everything perishes in front of you, when that wife of yours dies, or that husband, or that kid, or your mom, your dad, or you're poor again, or you're, not able to run a mile, and you're just sad about the fact that you can't go walk. You have to take a crane and slowly, or cane, crane. You're not that big. I hope you don't weigh that much, but you take a cane with you and you're just, walking 1 mile in almost an hour. So enjoy those moments, guys. It's really important. And today is a beautiful day. It's a very nice rainy day. I'm filming this right before I posted, and I'm happy and I'm content with letting you guys know that my life is where I want it to be, and it will go to where I want it to go with God's will. And if not there, it will go somewhere even better, because that's God's will. And if you submit to God's will, if you submit to the fact that you have only so much control over your life, and your control is the effort, that's it, then you will be happy with whatever the outcome is. Trust me, you will be. And it won't matter if you're not a billionaire, and it won't matter if you don't have 50 million kids. It won't matter if you're not the most good looking in the world. You'll be happy still, because you'll say, you know what? I tried my hardest, and wherever this took me was the will of God. And if God's happy with me, then everything is good. And a lot of you might believe in God, or you don't, or you might be a faith of Islam, or you might not be of that faith. It doesn't matter. Believe in a higher power. Believe me when I tell you this: when you understand and have the idea of a higher power, you will live life much happier than to think that it's just you and you control everything. Because there are a lot of pieces to an equation, right? There is the factor of what is controlled variables and non-controlled variables. Our controlled variables in our life is the effort, it's the work, the time, the effort that we basically indulge ourselves in, the ideologies that we have, the belief that we have. Those are the controlled variables of the equation in our life. The uncontrolled variables are the outside factors: what our mom might say, what our dad might say, what our sister, brother, what our uncle might say, what the teacher might say, what your boss may say, what your kid may say, what the president of the United States may say. Whatever all these people say is the uncontrolled variable of your life. And the reason why I say this is because they're only words. And if they're actions, it still won't control you, because how you react to that action will control you. So remember that how you carry yourself is how, one, you'll be treated. How you see the world is how the world will treat you. And how you believe in yourself is how the world will believe in you. And when you have this aura of confidence of who you are, and you truly believe in yourself, you truly understand who you are, and you're ready to just bulldoze through anything, everyone around you will move. They will move out of your way, because they'll say, I don't even want to contest this person. I think they're that good, that if they're that confident, they must be great. And that's where the idea of fake it till you make it comes, because when you really believe in something wholeheartedly and you push, you will attain it, because there's nothing in the universe, there's nothing that God doesn't want to give you that's not good for you. The universe and God wants to give everything that's good for you, as long as you go and you have the courage to just grab it. All you need to do is just grab it. So what's stopping you? And if you look in the mirror, you'll understand that's the only person stopping you, nobody else. There's no circumstance of nothing around you that can stop you from being who you are. Now, obviously, there's case scenarios where there's people that are getting affected from other things, right? Where they may get shot, something like that, right? These are the anomalies of the scenarios. Then you can say, yeah, you're affected by other people and their actions. But for the most part, and the majority of all of our life struggles, we are the problem. We are the issue, and we are the reason why we're not happy. So take a seat back for a second. I advise you guys, I hope that you do this today. Take a seat back for just a quick second today and understand, why are you unhappy? Because I guarantee you a majority of you are unhappy. And if you are happy all the time, then kudos to you. Good job. Keep doing what you're doing. But for the majority of people that I know that are dissatisfied with the things around them and they know they could be better or do better, why are you unhappy? Or for the people that are moving along life carelessly, aimlessly, and not understanding what is to come, why are you doing that? Or if you are completely oblivious to the fact of death or whatever it may be, ask yourself, why is it that that's happening? And I guarantee you, you'll come back to the realization that you're just not understanding the present, your belief, your motives, and what you can do to make your life better. Remember, the equation to our success is given to us, and it doesn't have to be a template based off of other people. You don't have to follow Mike Tyson's template. You don't have to follow Andrew Tate's template. You don't have to follow David Goggins' template. You don't have to follow any other person's template of success. Because you know why? Those people that I just mentioned all went through their own template of success. They created what was best for them. Now they're telling others what to do. Now you may snatch an idea from them, but don't base your life off of someone else's template. They will never be you. And if you don't believe me, look at our fingerprints. The idea of our fingerprints is a perfect example that no one can be you. There's no two people that have the same fingerprint in the world. What is this telling you, basically? That your identity is just you. So there is no way that even if we go through the same thing together, that we will perceive it the same or we'll feel the same emotion or the same limit, the same impact of that emotion. A great example would be, look at your siblings, look at your mom, look at your dad, look at everyone in your immediate family. You all grew up probably in the same circumstances, the same difficulties, and the same hardships, right? Because you're family, you're going through it together. But each and every one of you will perceive it differently. Each and every one of you will react to it differently. Each and every one of you will show a different emotion towards it even. So make your own template, make your own journey, appreciate what you have at this current moment, believe in yourself and what's to come, expect goodness, and be ready and prepared for anything that may come that's not to your liking or to what you want to do, and actually hone into your emotions. Like, let those feelings come in, whether you're sad, happy, whatever, maybe angry, let them come into you and let them pass through you. Don't hold it. I swear to you, if you do these things, there is no way that you will not be successful. There's no way. You will 100% be successful and satisfied with your life. 100%. There's not 100%. Because this is not a template that I've created. This is a template that God has given us. Don't follow another human only, or maybe the ideas they have. Follow a belief that's higher than yours. And if you want to say, hey bros, I don't want to believe in your God or whatever, or that's fine. But just understand the virtue and the morality and the substance of what I'm giving you. Understand the depth of it. That if you apply this to anything, even if we take the God aspect out of this, and you just apply it to everything in your life, what I just said, right? Where you appreciate what is to come, what you have right now, and you feel and you hone into and control your emotions, and you don't show a negative response to everything, there's no way you won't be happy. There's no way you won't be successful. The only way you can basically be unhappy with that is if you believe that that's not going to work for you. So I hope you guys take this to heart. And I say this because there's so much going on in the world, right? We have a potential World War III. We have people dying. We have celebrities saying crazy stuff. There's sexual assault cases all over the place. There's climate change. There's influx in money. There is so much changes going on, not just in the United States, but in the world. It's our reaction, our responses to that will matter rather than that, right, happening to us. So there could be meteoroids falling from the sky right now, and I would just look outside and be like, I'm so happy that God has given me life, and if it takes me out, then it's God's will. And I promise you, if you don't believe me, just look at the most happiest people in the timeline of history. An example of this would be people that are in Taoism, and Buddhism, right? Some of these people, or samurais, for example, Asian culture, or even the Muslims at the time, for example, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. These are prime examples of, time periods in the world that we got to either witness or hear about, through others telling us or whatever it may be, that despite the difficulties that there's still a place for hope. There's still a place for happiness if you just believe. So now I leave you guys with this. Do you want to sit here unsatisfied and unhappy with your life, even though you've been granted almost everything you want, or you've been granted the idea of life and the opportunity to make something out of it? Or are you going to look back every day and just be unhappy and basically die unhappy? And you don't know when you're going to die. You could die today, after this video you watch it, unfortunately, or you could die maybe 50 years from now. It's whatever God, or whatever, if you don't want to believe that, it's whatever is instilled and waited for you, that time period. And when that happens, you don't want to look back on your deathbed, or you don't want to be dying at that moment, the last moments before you close your eyes and go, I wish I could have and I should have. You want to say, I'm happy, I'm content, and I'm ready. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Before the Rise. I really appreciate each and every one of you for taking time to listen to these episodes. Today, like I mentioned, was an episode that will hopefully get you guys to think a little bit more about your future and your happiness, rather than my future, my happiness, or the guy next to you, or the guy in front of you, or the guy behind you. So believe in yourself, believe in your life, believe in your happiness, and just have some faith. Things will get better for you, and I promise you that if you're in the trenches, you will come out. You will inevitably come out, because after every rainy day comes the sun. After every night comes day, and after every sad moment comes a happy one. Thank you guys so much. Hope to see you on the next one. Take care.